Hi, ever wonder what it's like to work another profession or live in the underworld? Listen to unsuspecting riders give a 10 to 15 minute personal masterclass as I spontaneously interview them as they enter my taxi. I'm your host, Simon Rushton, and this is Taxi Chronicles. Morning. Yes, we're back with another episode, another podcast. A couple of riders, not one rider this time. A lovely pair of riders. I won't say couple because I don't want to get anyone in any trouble. But anyway, they wanted to be interviewed. We're going to see what they have to say and hear what their story is. They're called Sally and Bob as usual. You know what that means if you're a regular listener. Nice to have you here today, Sally. Bob, grab the phone.
Hey!
Hey, thank you so much for interviewing us.
My name's Sally, this is Bob.
My name's Bob, and
We work for a tech startup and we're here to tell you all about it.
so the company was founded in 2019 by two entrepreneurs, one predominantly within the SAP industry, whereas one from more of a SAP is a really renowned and historic IT platform. Now, a lot of businesses thrive from SAP, and the other partner was purely a salesman, and the two fundamentally met and saw this vision on how we can really revolutionize how we can connect global businesses with contractors and really change the way recruitment is done fundamentally.
Okay, that's good. On a different note, give me a near-death experience or a holiday from hell.
Well, a near-death experience is when I went skydiving, I think, if I'm honest with you. If I jumping out of a plane at 12,000 feet, and I need deploying the parachute at nearly 3,000 feet, if I'm honest. Does that count as a near-death experience?
Was it done purposely?
Well, I hope so. I'm still here, you know.
No, because some people forget to pull the chute. I used to work with a guy who was ex-Marine and there's on the jumps team. And there's this thing, syndrome that kicks in when you're so amazed as you're going down.
Yeah.
You forget to pull the cord. And so, like, he was dropping, sky falling, and he's looking at his mate, and his mate is going, like, yeah. And he's going, pull. And he's trying to get to him, and manages to get and pulled it at the last minute, and then the chute went, but you go into a zone.
You do. And luckily, it was a tandem skydive.
Oh, wow.
It was my first one, but I can see how that is easily done because, I mean, the rate you fall at, you fall 6,000 foot at 45 seconds. That kind of tells the viewers and listeners how fast you are falling, and it is easily done. Do
you have any hobbies apart from skydiving?
Yeah, so I do a lot of. Well, what do you do, Sally?
So near-death experience or hobbies?
Hobbies.
Both. I had quite a nasty crash of a car when I was about 19. I'd literally just passed my test and wrote off a car. I literally flew it into a hedge, just missed a tree. If I had hit the tree, I'd probably be dead. So that's probably my nearest death experience. Hobbies wise, don't know, like I play a bit of golf. I suppose that's a bit of a hobby. Yeah.
I've got a question for you too.
Yeah.
One of my episodes is called "What Wouldn't You Do for 15 Million?"
What wouldn't I do?
Yes, I've had many responses.
15 mil?
Yes. What is there anything that you can think of that you wouldn't do?
Yes.
Lick a tramp's arsehole.
Okay. You can buy a lot of Dettol.
Yeah.
If no one has to know, okay. That's one. What about you, Bob?
Suck dick, if I'm honest.
Oh yeah, well, I'm with you there.
I'm not gonna lie.
Anyone's dick, you just wouldn't.
Yeah,
fuck
no
anything.
one. I don't get who it was.
That actually never come to my mind, but I just think that just is a given. My thing is like there's no kids and no none of that as well and stuff. But I've had a lot of people, a lot of responses. I've had one woman the first woman who actually kind of formed this idea. She said, she sat there and she said, I can't really think of anything I wouldn't do for 15 million.
Oh.
And I was like, okay, well, I haven't got the money now, but when I do.
You know, she's the one to call.
But another guy asked, is it before tax or after tax?
Good question.
Yeah, good question.
That's a very valid point.
Oh, and another guy said to that question, well, if it's after tax, he needs to know because he's not gonna. No, I'll leave that one out. I'll leave that one out as it goes. I'll leave that one out. But yeah, you've had a lot of different things. A lot of people said if someone offered you 15 million to sleep with you, preferably the opposite sex,
Yeah.
would you tell your partner?
Oh.
Or would you just do it? Or would you consult your partner?
I would.
I just do it.
You know, most of the women say that.
Yeah, I know.
It's got a price.
Yeah, I know. I don't got a prize.
It was because men would just get so weird about it. It's just not worth them knowing. Just do it.
Really? But then how are you going to justify the new Lamborghini and the trips to Paris on the weekend?
I'd be very good at hiding that. Don't you worry.
Okay, Bob?
I would personally, given the situation I'm in at the moment, confront and get the agreement from my current partner. So that way, she's on the understanding where I got the money from. And if she didn't agree with it, then I'd probably still do it because it's a better life for me.
See, that's the thing.
That's what I mean. You're just saving yourself the argument.
Yeah, exactly.
You're going to do it anyway. You might as well just do it and not have the argument.
I had a young girl say, I would tell my partner, but only on the basis, one, that I knew I wouldn't be able to hide the money because I'm going to flaunt it.
Yeah.
And two, he's only getting 3 million.
Right.
And that was very interesting because I've never had that response before. I've had a lot of responses. I've had a couple sitting there and the woman said exactly what you said, Sally, and the husband, partner, fiance, however you put it, he was quite devastated because my point was, if you come to me with that as my wife, you can't be my wife anymore.
No, you got a price, didn't you?
Yes, because our marriage is meant to be priceless.
100%, 100%.
So, I love the way you're rechecking your words. So that's my take. But then, mind you, I've had time to think about this. But the same sense, that was my initial take, if you see what I mean.
Yeah, fair play.
But then I'm not married, but I take marriage very seriously.
Yeah.
In that respect. Sorry to put it down on the conversation.
This is a bit of a downer for a Thursday evening.
Yeah, but other people, I'll tell you a true story. There was a documentary I was watching about in the 70s when they're bringing in lots of drugs from Mexico to Miami. And the guys who were doing it, they used to go and party on the weekend, party every night, the disco era.
Yeah.
And they'd be in the club, as you are in Miami, drop dead girl, waitress comes over, his mate's there, he says, you really like her? He says, yeah, she's dropped dead. He says, don't worry, I'll call over, she can talk to you. He says, no, she won't say, she won't be interested in me, etc., etc. Then he's gone, don't worry, I'll sort it out. I bet you before the end of the night she'll be sleeping with you. He said, no. So when she comes over, he says, my friend really likes you, how about you sleep with her for 1,000, sleep with him for 1,000? She goes, no, goes 2,000, 3,000, you're still standing, 4,000, 5,000, eventually they always give. They always give. And he said, what you learn from that, everybody's got a price.
Yeah.
Regardless of your gender. And in saying that, there's this woman, I think this is the truest thing she said out of all this thing. She said, where I can sell you lots of things now, but I know when the money's in front of me, I will manage to be able to justify every action.
Okay.
And I have to agree with her. Because Marcus, I give that spiel about marriage.
Yeah.
Everybody's in front of me. You know? That's tough, you know. It's just that, I don't know. I have to make out I'm going to work every day and just pay myself a wage.
That's it.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea, really.
It is not.
Yeah. But anyway, it's been interesting talking to you two.
Thank you.
I'm not sure if you've got anything else you want to say.
Thank you very much for listening to our short but brief podcast. Please continue listening to this gentleman's podcasts. You know, I'm sure they're very interesting. On the longer journeys, you know, more questions are asked, shall I say, and answered. And hopefully speak to you guys soon.
Hi guys.
One last question.
Go on.
Last question. The question we used to get asked in the military, as well as you had to do press-ups.
Yeah.
Would you sleep with your dad to save your mum's life?
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That's too dark to answer.
So fucking dark. Jesus.
I am ex-military.
Well, what did you answer then, sir?
Look at my arms. I've been doing a lot of press-up. But anyway.
God bless. God bless.
Okay, I'll take it.
Cheers.
All right. We hope you liked that interview. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to get the latest daily episode. Ever considered investing in the continent with the fastest growing economy and population on Earth? The same continent that holds 30% of the world's known natural resources? Then listen to our sister podcast, Africa Investor Stories, where you will hear real investors with real stories from around the world share their experience of investing in Africa. We post Monday and Thursday at 10 a.m.